Hey, it's Ember. I just want to say that this whole experience seems like some sort of magical quest for sure. Magic in that it's the piercing of the veil of the mundane, the flight from the morass of the inane, and finally, like a softening, if not complete dissolution, of some mask, some film that had kept me from the clarity of the vision of my own heart, my own soul. And now that I'm here, part of me really does want to project back to those going through the experience on the front end in a world that still doesn't have the types of avenues or resources to make these experiences known ubiquitously. And so, one thing that we can talk about is a reality of, even in my early stage, because take it for what it is, in so many ways I'm a baby trans, right? And still trying to navigate a life that is slowly slothing from me. But I'm stepping forward with more strength and clarity and perseverance of heart than ever before in my life. And so the reality of coming out, of getting on HRT, of making that step, making that leap. And, I for the longest time thought that if I aligned my body and my soul and my heart, sort of the reality would follow suit, or the world would open up for me. And in many ways it has, and that's part of the lesson, that even the very negative parts of this, very traumatic and soul impacting parts, I think have taught me deep lessons. And that's also what I'm trying to impart here, that there's always something to learn. Pay attention to the curriculum. And I want to talk a little bit about that. If I, in my heart path, in my dogged pursuit, one of the things that bugged me is I thought if I could just say it with clarity, it would be heard to those around me. And that for my loved ones, with enough bravery and courage, I would meet their hearts in a place that would meet the most authentic and original me in a way that I've been yearning for my whole life. And instead, in my personal quest, I found silence and abandonment, and the people who had leaned on me disappeared the moment I really needed them. And this story you hear repeated again and again and again, and I'm not here to say woe is me. I'm here to say, listen to what it does to your heart. It's showing you the places where it hurts. It's showing you the spaces where you can be safe. It's showing you what is authentic connection. And those are lessons to be learned, and the sooner that you learn them, the less you'll have to stay stuck there in that morass. And so this is also a story, I'll interject here, with an extreme alignment, a feeling of it, groundedness, a complete dissolution of the dread that would tire me and mire me basically each day, and worsening across time. And that's real, and I felt that now for a month and a week, or whatever it is, almost a week. And I want to talk about some of the changes and stuff, but I want to emphasize that one, especially in this story. A deep internal alignment, a looking into the mirror and having the recognition of a spark behind my eyes, or seeing myself and feeling beauty and self-acceptance and self-love exude from the inside, rather than some sort of external struggle through some filmy, milky lens that had been placed upon me, and I never knew how to take off. And so there's also strength here. You have loss and you also have strength. You know, whether it's family, a partner, being now having the strange idea that I've now become like a single transparent and navigating spaces as sort of a, parent with little kids, and then also having to navigate my appearance and coming off, in safe spaces and stuff like that, and still being a parent to them during all that has been a lesson and immensely challenging in so many ways. But I also feel that I'm more grounded in a way that even just looking into their eyes or playing with them makes me feel like I'm in a space where I'm so much more grounded. There's tuning down, if not complete abrogation of the dissonance in my mind. Any dissonance that remains is just because I have, again, the dregs of my old life slothing off me, the spaces that never had seen me. And so, needless to say, despite all this, I have an anchor in my soul that is now so solid that no matter what's happened here, even the same types of traumatic conversations with loved ones where, to me, because they're not seeing me in the box that they needed to see me in, there's no support to be had. There's no doors to be opened. And if for whatever reason I needed a place to go, it wouldn't definitely be with them. And so that's just the reality that I have to face. And I now wake up, dress, speak in a way with myself and in safe spaces that carries this true weight of who I am, that it's a kind of truth that really, like, no one can take away from me anymore, and has given me a furthering of my resilience to endure whatever I need to coming forward, knowing that I can only project myself even more strongly than ever before. You can hear the roar of the wind on the mountain there. The mountain always strong and silent and persevering through all the weather. And that's the type of anchor inside my heart now. And, it's not going to be easy. And so far it hasn't been easy. The decision coming up to it, the path leading to it, the severing of so many critical relationships around me, that it's been a difficult path. But I have to say, each of these moments have taught me something. And each of these little junctures of traumatic heartbreak and tears and, walking away type situations, I try to say, what is the curriculum? And in that, I dig and I grow roots deeper in my garden that continue to bear fruit in ways that create feelings of satiation in my soul that I had never known, like someone starved their whole life, like taking a breath for the first time in so many ways, in so many scenes, in so many settings. And it's going to come with loss, and maybe you can be fortunate. And I don't say this again to say, oh my gosh, my journey. I say it honestly to say, if you're considering this, know that it's worth it. If you know this in your soul, despite that, those weren't the people for you. Those weren't the spaces for you. And that dreaded dissonance that eats at you every day inside, despite your most open heart, despite your deepest efforts, despite the ways that you lend support to those around you, all that can be burned away as your ember remains alight and can light back up your flame in a way that feels like you've had lack of sleep your whole life, and now actually slept for the first time, waking up actually rested. Not in any extreme way, but in a deep, I'm totally full, my soul is totally satiated type of way. And it exposes painful truths about what unconditional love is. You're also uncomfortable truths about your own ability to love without feeling your full sense of self. And I would say that if you're standing on the edge and looking down into the abyss, I can promise you that, like a great thinker, Terence McKenna, once said, nature loves courage. That's the secret. And I'm not quoting him directly, but take the leap and nature will give you wings or let you fall down onto a feather bed. Search your soul and be right. It's different for everyone, but I'm here to tell you that despite what I perceive to be immense and great loss, I'm in a position where I'm finally carving a life for myself that I feel embodied in each moment and present in each moment. And that's something that's invaluable. And I guess for me, the phrase resounds that real love exists. And sometimes you won't find it in the places you expected. Sometimes it'll come from spaces and people that you never knew the door was even there. There's a door here, there's a door there, and you never were even looking in that direction. So I spent so much time in my life begging to be seen. And now I stand fully visible. And I'm here, and I'm Ember, and this flame will stay lit, and I'm not going anywhere. Thanks for listening.